Karaoke is a platform for young aspiring singers to shine and express their musical abilities. Tune in to CBC TV8 on Mondays at 5:30 p.m. and repeat it on Saturdays at 2 p.m. and enjoy the performances of these talented young singers.
For the past 19 years, QFM has been sharing with you, learning from you, and together building a community for all mature audiences. That's why we say Q is good for you. To our Q family, we say thank you for staying connected to Q 100.7 FM. QFM is a station of the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. CBC, celebrating 60, connecting Barbadian communities. Are you a youth group, 4-H club, school, Cub Scout or Brownie Pack, or any organization or club with children ages 4 to 11 years? If yes is the answer, then we at Fun School, we're looking for you. Let's have fun singing, dancing, listening to amazing stories, doing craft, and so much more. I'm such a kid at heart. But to be part of this fun and exciting new season of Fun School, just simply send an email to Alicia Alves Grant at aagrant.
Good morning, I'm Wendy Burke, and this is the CBC Morning Report for Friday, December 22nd, brought to you by Jordan Supermarkets. In our top story, an incubation center is included in a 19-point plan for the transformation of agri-food systems in Barbados. The revelation came from Tanzanian international food expert Yaya Gwame during a workshop in the conference room of the Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Nutritional Security yesterday. It is part of a UN Food and Agricultural Organization project, of which Barbados is to receive $500,000 along with 3 other small island developing states in Africa and the Pacific.
We are here today because we have this ambitious vision of establishing a national silage training center or facility in the form of an incubation center, and I have been asked to go through engaging stakeholders, getting their opinion, suggestion and recommendation how this thing we are talking about should look like, and for that matter I have to present it to you what I have gathered from the people whom I have met over the past 2 weeks, in order that we can together validate the findings and fine-tune. I'm not here to present what is a final version of the story, no. Here I'm trying to extract more information and validate the information that I have jotted down. And finally it will be the responsibility of the Ministry of Agriculture representing the government of Barbados in collaboration with the FAO that will determine the final version of the story.
The food expert said the field trip sessions were useful and much progress was made with the project.
I've been grateful to meet a number of very informative respondents. We have covered a number of institutions, as I have indicated there, and all of them were very, very grateful in sharing their wealth of information, wealth of their ideas, etc. So if I didn't capture it well, it's my responsibility and not the responsibility of the respondents. I thank them very much for what they shared with me. So, ladies and gentlemen, the plan is to have a comprehensive report. The comprehensive report that will cover the 19 elements that I have indicated there. Today I will not take you through each bit of it because otherwise we will spend the whole day here, and I know that you are very busy people. So I will touch bits of the items there for sharing, but that does not preclude the fact that you are allowed to discuss anything, even out of what I'm going to be presenting. The objective here is to make the final version more robust.
Coming up on the CBC Morning Report, the Israeli army carried out some night attacks.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
Oh, hi. My name is Stacia Whitaker, and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist and a member of the Heart and Stroll.
Israeli forces have stormed more Palestinian communities in the West Bank. The Israeli military has carried out nightly incursions across the West Bank since the war in Gaza began. The Palestinian Prisoners Club reports that Israeli forces had arrested more than 4,655 Palestinians in the territory since October 7th.
Israeli Army spokesperson Daniel Hagari is claiming that since December 1st, that's the end of the ceasefire period several weeks ago that lasted just 7 days, he says that the army killed 2,000 Hamas fighters since then, 21 days ago, making the total of Hamas fighters killed 8,000. But the Gaza Health Ministry has released numbers. 20,000 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli aggression since the war began. 8,000 of those are children and 6,200 are women. And of the remaining 5,800, we do know that there are unarmed civilian men as part of that number. So the Israeli army is giving figures, but they didn't give any proof, fact-checking, or verification behind those numbers. This is just another thing the Israeli army tries to do. It has continuously denied that the death toll in Gaza is this high, and they are always disputing the numbers coming out of Gaza's health ministry. But also remember, Gaza is one of the most densely populated areas in the world, and in all of these Israeli strikes and aggressions via land, air, and sea, there have been civilian deaths because of how densely populated it is, and these strikes are not so exact. In fact, there's been pressure on Israel to transition to a less intensity type of fighting, to a more targeted approach, given how many civilians have been killed. So the Israeli army releasing these numbers, but not releasing any information to back them up.
And Hamda, as I understand, this all comes as the Israeli military has said that they've destroyed this intricate network of tunnels. Talk us through any details that they've given.
The Israeli army says that they uncovered a significant and extensive network of tunnels in northern Gaza underneath Palestine Square. They showed video of themselves blowing it up from an aerial view, but they also said that this network of tunnels was from houses, hideout apartments, and other places used by top Hamas officials, including the military wing commander Mohammed al-Dif and Hamas head Yahya Sinwar. The Israeli army additionally said that in these tunnels were operational facilities and other bases used by Hamas, but did not provide any proof or photos of what they found inside of those tunnels.
A student opened fire on Thursday at a university in Prague, killing at least 14 people, officials said, and injuring more than 20 in the Czech Republic's worst mass shooting. Authorities have warned that the death toll could rise.
A rush of panic as people flee after hearing gunfire. At Prague's Charles University, the site of the shooting, police sealed off the surrounding area and ordered people to go indoors.
In the beginning, there was a couple of bangs. I didn't even realize it's a shooting. Then suddenly there were students and teachers running out of the building of the philosophical faculty.
This is the man who's been identified as the sole perpetrator, 24-year-old student David Kozak, who attended the same university where he conducted his shooting spree and died at the scene, possibly by suicide, according to the Interior Minister. His father had also been found dead earlier in the day. And this is where he struck, the fourth floor of the university's Faculty of Philosophy. In a desperate attempt to escape, students climbed out of the windows and perched on the ledge. One student was reported to have lost her grip and fell to her death. Before embarking on his deadly rampage, Kozak left a series of disturbing messages on social media describing how he wanted to commit mass murders, adding to the shock in a country where such mass shootings are extremely rare.
Time now to preview what's coming up on Morning Barbados. We'll have the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in the house. We'll be hearing all about a major donation that they received to help with cancer treatment. We will also be seeing and hearing the Barbados Defence Force Zoaf Band. We'll get to talk to their Director of Music as well as their Musician of the Year for 2022. Along with that, we will be letting you hear what the Halls Road Nazarene Church will be doing in their musical production coming up toward the end of the month. We'll have some people in to tell you all about that production. We are also going to be introducing some new music. You know, it's Christmas. We've been giving you those new releases, and we will continue. Also, you'll get to have a glimpse of BTMI Caravan and all that it had to do, and also some tips to take you through the season and into the new year. So all this and more coming up on Morning Barbados. It's now time for more news, sports, and weather after the break.
Oh, hi. My name is Stacia Whitaker, and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist and a member of the Heart and Stroke Childhood Obesity Prevention Coalition. My motto is when in doubt, leave it out, and it goes for when I'm eating, because sometimes things have ingredients that we're not sure of, and I like to keep it simple. And if I'm eating something and I'm not sure the ingredients in that particular thing, then I choose to leave it out. So I keep my snacking simple with fruit, nuts, or just water. It's easy to remember, there's no added ingredients, and it's also very nutritious. So remember, childhood obesity is real, so choose healthier alternatives. And when in doubt, leave it out.
Deputy Dean Outreach at UWI and Vice Chair of the NCD Commission, Dr. Kenneth Connell, is joining the call by doctors for Barbadians to make healthy eating decisions this Christmas season. Speaking to CBC's Pearson Bowen, Dr. Connell says it's well documented that the number of heart attacks and strokes rise this time of the year, and he has 3 types of advice on how to avoid those health threats.
It's not a myth. And what I've distilled out of the literature is what I'm going to call the festive F's. And there are 4 of them. First, as you pointed out, is the food. We consume a lot more salt, we drink a lot more alcohol than we normally would. And this, of course, has influenced not only those with non-communicable diseases, but also all of us, as it increases our blood pressure and it increases our health risk. So we don't usually eat out as often as we do during the holiday season, so we consume a lot more calories. So calorie balancing, as a dietitian was saying, is a good thing to keep in mind. All right, are you ready for the second F?
Very much so.
That's the flus. As Adrian Lord said, the viruses are out there, and the cocktails aren't only being served at the bar, but there's a cocktail of viruses out there as well, such as flu virus, COVID-19, RSV, and to add to that, a non-respiratory virus, dengue virus, is also out there. So you have the second F to look out for, and these all push you into acute events such as heart attack, stroke, and of course heart failure. The third F is the fun. This is why we look forward to the festive season, right? Getting out there with our friends and family. But we also do that at the expense of sleep. And changes in your sleep pattern, getting less sleep and sleeping at different times than you normally would, sets up a whole cascade of chemicals in your body. And this also puts you at risk of these events. And it's probably a major predictor of why these events happen on the holiday season. And the final F is forgets. It's the only F I could find. And it's forgetting to take your medication, forgetting also to look at warning signs like chest pain and all the other things you may pay attention to while you're hanging your curtains or out shopping. You might ignore those things and think that they're not important. So it's time to look out for those symptoms that you otherwise might ignore.
It appears as though Barbadians are beginning to shop in earnest following what was a wait-and-see period as they hoped for a now non-existent VAT-free holiday. CBC's cameraman Patrick Murray was in the city among the hustle and bustle yesterday as shoppers scoured stores for bargains. It comes as more than 14,000 people started to receive the $1,300 in refunds as a result of the reverse tax credits. Some 30,000 are also awaiting their income tax refunds for 2022. Store managers are understandably happy.
Started to see an increase of customers. That could be contributed to two reasons: the fact that the announcement was made, as I said before, and the fact that it's payday for most persons. I do expect that Friday and Saturday would be our busiest days along with Christmas Eve.
Well, Christmas sales are not going bad for us, but we mainly find the people coming in more in the afternoon, going into the evening session. They're shopping more in the afternoon session than in the morning session. They're going over to the supermarket first, and then they come over to us.
You know how it is, everything is a last minute something. We have had a steady flow right through the month, but the last couple of days, as a lot of people are getting paid today, we have heard, so a lot of last minute rush as usual is going to happen. And I think definitely is going to flow over into the new year as well. So whatever it is, you have to be grateful to the Lord for whatever you get nowadays. You know, we have gone through so many different difficult times.
It has been really great, I must say. We've had a 50% sale, which started on the 15th of December, and as long as stock lasts, it will continue until the 24th.
In St. Lucia, External Affairs Minister Alva Baptiste has painted an optimistic picture of improved relations with Venezuela and Guyana while defending his government's outreach to non-traditional partners and criticizing the opposition's approach to foreign policy. More from HTS News Force.
St. Lucia's External Affairs Minister Alva Baptiste addressed several foreign policy issues. Baptiste expressed optimism for improved relations with Venezuela and Guyana following a recent meeting of Caribbean leaders. He said St. Lucia values its close ties with Venezuela and sees diplomacy as the path forward in resolving disputes over border issues. Guyana and Venezuela at a CARICOM facilitated sit-down agreed not to use force to settle their dispute over the oil-rich region of Essequibo.
You know, we are very close to Venezuela, and we are an integral member of the CARICOM family. The CARICOM family is extremely close to Venezuela, and St. Lucia has cooperated with Venezuela even before our independence. There is no doubt in my mind that we have dedicated our region as a zone of peace, and it shall remain a zone of peace. And if we have an open line with Venezuela and a member of CARICOM, we know how to use the tool of diplomacy to resolve our issues. It is on the basis of that I had absolutely no doubt and no fear about any invasion, any use of force. I was never concerned about that because I felt that there was this understanding and there was that relationship in our region to permit a resolution without the use of force.
In the Bahamas, Chief Executive Officer of the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board, Joy Jibrilu, is predicting higher tourism numbers for 2024. More from ZNS Network.
We know that this will be the catalyst for continued growth, for diversification for 2024.
It's practically 2024, and already the Bahamas is poised to see one of its biggest growth years to date. Now, according to industry experts, this exponential growth is rooted in strategic marketing.
Nassau Paradise Island specifically being named as the Caribbean Destination of the Year for 2023. Totally unexpected, but absolutely marvelous, and everybody is beyond excited.
The perfect stamp of approval for the Bahamas headed into 2024. CEO of the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board, Joy Jibrilu, adding that for travelers, that particular destination offers a number of essentials.
Obviously the capital, so the center of commerce, the center of business, center of entertainment. We have our large resorts on Nassau and Paradise Island.
The tourism expert says new developments are also introducing more opportunities for businesses of all sizes as well as guests.
So I want to talk about the newly opened this year Goldwyn, just 80 rooms on the most beautiful stretch of beach in Cable Beach, to the historic Great Cliff that appeals to so many visitors to our destination.
With air and sea arrivals surpassing 2022's banner year, Jibrilu notes that the next step is diversifying marketing and travel options.
In Guyana, the Public Works Minister is defending the additional hundreds of millions of dollars that will be required to fully execute the ongoing roads program. More now from Guyana News Source.
Public Works Minister Juan Egil said the government is moving away from the practice of patching roads and is now injecting even more resources into the Public Works Ministry's Special Projects Unit to maintain community roads across the country. The minister at the time was defending the additional $600 million, which was sought and later approved for his ministry at the level of the Committee of Supply. In this year's budget, the National Assembly had approved more than $2.7 billion for the maintenance of roads by the Public Works Ministry. But Minister Egil on Tuesday told the Committee of Supply that due to the quantity and quality of repairs being done, much more resources are needed.
When we go in a village that had a bad road, we used to patch the bad section. Now, when we carry the special projects unit in an area, we do everything. So when we come out to that village is complete. We did it in Little India. We did it in Little Africa. We did it at number what else in the quarantine? 58. That is our approach.
The Works Minister boasted that in recent months, the Special Projects Unit of his ministry executed a number of road repairs. It was pointed out that in Melny Damashana, a total of 13 roads were repaired recently, totaling more than 3.2 kilometers.
People are forced to wade through knee-high water in Chennai streets after intense rainfall in southern India triggered deadly floods, with local media reporting more than 10 deaths. Hundreds remain stranded in the state of Tamil Nadu as water submerges the roads, with the Air Force having to drop 10 tons of emergency supplies to those trapped.
Roaring walls of water, leaving a trail of destruction across parts of South India. The state government here blamed the chaos on what it called record rain, heavier than forecast showers and warnings which came a bit late.
All our gas cylinders and kitchen items were swept away in the floods. There is nothing to eat. Our situation is very bad.
Local administrators say Tirunelveli and Tuticorin were the worst affected. Hundreds were stranded by rising floodwaters. Rescue teams worked hard to reach vulnerable victims like this pregnant woman and this young baby trapped by the floods.
INS Parandu has a helicopter squadron there. They were immediately taking their helicopter, and based on the information that was coming to us with regard to rescuing people who were stranded on treetops or on roof, they were immediately taken in. And INS Parandu, through the helicopter, 4 sorties of the helicopter, we could rescue about 17 people, including 3 pregnant ladies.
Cooked food and ration packs were being distributed to those trapped by the floods. The deluge occurred while the state was still recovering from the damage caused by Cyclone Michong, which lashed the coast earlier this month, killing at least 13 people. The floods are beginning to recede, and residents are desperately hoping for a respite from more rain.
In sports, a stellar bowling effort from the West Indies paved the way for a series win against England last evening in Trinidad and Tobago. Playing in the 5th and final T20 International at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, England were sent into bat and were bowled out for 132 in 19.3 overs. Player of the match, Gudakech Moti, took 3 for 24, Akil Hossain 2 for 22, Jason Holder 2 for 24, and Andre Russell 2 for 25. Player of the series, Phil Salt, led the batting with 38, while Liam Livingston contributed 28 and Muin Ali 23. Here are those highlights.
Got him, Jason Holder. In the power play in the series for the West Indies. Catch, it's a cry. Russell's down there. Even he can't get there. Superman couldn't fly high enough. Got him. He strikes again. He is so brilliant. Yeah, misses length. That was slower. But it doesn't matter. It hasn't mattered when Phil Salt has been in the middle. There it is. A gem from Gudakech Moti. Now 2 shots here. He was in line, yes he was.
Wow, that's monstrous. Yeah, that's too easy for Muin Ali. Very short. Does he have enough? No, he doesn't. Teamwork, is it taken? I think Rothman Powell got it in the end, you know.
Yeah, that's a strength of Liam Livingston.
Again, there's a different sort of correlation.
They've got him. It's Moti again. And there's the Yorker. Straight through. Russell has his first. That's another one, 2 and 2 for Dre Russ, who may have done himself some harm in the process. He'll take that. I think Curran may just get there. Look, I think he could be short here, Adil Rashid. He has given it Leslie for Jr. This is a chance. And the catching has been superb from the West Indies in this series. Critically, they end the innings on a high. Holder has 2. The West Indies dismantle England for 132. What a comeback.
In reply, the Windies took it down to the wire, finishing on 133 for 6 with 4 balls to spare, winning the series 3-2 to add to their success in the one-day international series. Shea Hope hit the winning runs and was unbeaten on 43 at the end. Sherfame Rutherford made 30 and Johnson Charles 27. Reece Topley took 2 for 17 and Adil Rashid 2 for 21. It's now time to take a look at our weather picture for today. The pressure is 1012.1 millibars. The temperature stands at 24.5 degrees Celsius. The humidity is 95% and the wind directions from the northeast at 13 kilometers per hour. It's presently fair. The seas are smooth to moderate in open water with swells ranging from 1 to 2 meters and increasing. High tide was at 3 minutes past midnight. The second high tide will be at 11:57 p.m. The low tide was at 5:39 a.m. and the second low tide will be at 6:55 p.m. The forecast for today, a mix of sunshine and clouds with a few scattered light to moderate showers. Tonight is expected to be a mix of clear skies and clouds with the occasional scattered light showers. That's today's morning report. Our next newscast is Newsday at 12 p.m. on TV8, followed by The World at 1 via our radio network of stations on 100.7 FM, 98.1 The One, and 94.7 FM. That's been the CBC News this morning, brought to you by Jordan Supermarket. Time now for Morning Barbados.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
And good morning to you. The days are counting down to that big day, Christmas the 25th. We're counting it down. We're going to have a fairly good show this morning because we'll be getting to see a glimpse of some of the performances that you can go out and enjoy over the holiday season. We'll be having the Barbados Defence Force Zouaves Band. They'll be in-house. We'll also be having the Queen Elizabeth Hospital along with the Nazarene Church of Halls Road telling you all about their theatrical production for this year. So there's a lot for you to sit, watch, and enjoy. I'm going to go now to welcome my guest in studio this morning, Captain Brian Cole, who is the Director of Music of the Barbados Defence Force Band, and Recruit Antonio Howell, who was the Musician of the Year for 2022. Now, they're going to be having a concert on December 26 entitled A Zouave Christmas. Now, tell me, Captain Cole, now what is this concert going to be in aid of, or is it just the BDF spreading cheer?
Good morning, Ms. Burke, and certainly good morning, Barbados. The concert really is an extension of the BDF's strategic and social platform. It is spreading the cheer. It is spreading the cheer. It was envisioned initially in 2019 as a summer concert, but after COVID, we rebranded to a Christmas concert, where we get the opportunity to showcase the band members, their musical prowess, I dare say. The young musicians.
Yes.
And certainly we also reach out every year since its rebranding. We've used a school music program as well.
Okay.
Yes, so our opportunity to highlight our music, to do a show that is us, the Barbados Defence Force Band.
Okay.
And to showcase some of the social partnerships that we've developed.
So Recruit Howell will be among those. You were a Judge 2022 Musician of the Year. What's your instrument, and what did you do that made you so much more impressive than the other band members?
Well, good morning, Ms. Burton. Good morning again, Barbados. I'm not quite sure I was so much more impressive because we really have a great cadre of people that work together in the band. But as you asked before, I played the saxophone. And throughout the course of the year, we would have worked tirelessly to complete a number of engagements, a number of gigs. There was also managing the upkeep of the band's admin. I work as a library assistant. So within the band, I help to make sure that the music is shared out, the music is come back in when it needs to be, and that the upkeep of the library is maintained. That and other duties as well. I guess helped me to be adjudged the Musician of the Year for last year.
Okay, wonderful. Now back to you, Captain. In terms of getting into the band, how is it done? Do you only reach out to people who are in activity? Do you use reserves? How is it done?
Well, the band is predominantly reservists. It is one of the 2 reserve subunits under the Barbados Regiment. So to join the band, you join the reserves. So you apply in the same manner to the Barbados Defence Force. Our social media platform, our website has the form now electronically, so you can fill that out, submit all the necessary documents, academics, 2 testimonials, and all the requirements are laid out on the platform in quite detail.
So I can't join unless somebody's vouching for me.
Well, like all applications, there's a need for testimonials, but you're interviewed and you join on your merit. You know?
Okay.
So in relation to the band, we generally look for someone who's playing already, because as you could imagine, and Recruit Howell made it so light, but it's not that easy. As a reserve unit, the majority of the band, they're either in full-time employment or studies.
Oh, okay.
Howell himself is finishing a 2nd degree at Barbados Community College.
Okay.
Right? So imagine your entire day is either spent at work or in study with tertiary education, and then 2 evenings a week you're with us at the Barbados Defence Force, and only for 3 hours. So limited time to prepare, and band members have a added responsibility in that their principal role is musicians, to provide music for all BDF. You see us on the national parades.
Yes.
We play quite a bit at churches to support other organizations.
Okay.
But along with that, there's a secondary role, which is the military role, as service support persons when to other subunits when necessary.
Okay.
So there's quite a bit.
Now, Antonio, in terms of juggling the music program and the band, how is it for you?
Well, as you can imagine, it does take some doing. But the kind of discipline that being in the BDF instills helps you to be able to manage that time and to be able to go the extra mile where you might otherwise want to falter or want to fall by the wayside. It helps to encourage you to stay the course.
Okay. Now, how long ago did you start playing the saxophone?
I played the saxophone first about 9 or 10 years ago in my secondary school's band. And from there, transitioned into the cadet band, and then from there into the BDF band.
Okay, so you have been part of a marching band for some time now.
Yes, for quite some
You
time.
understand how to make those steps and keep the rhythm all at the same time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. If not sax, what other instrument?
I do have quite an interest in the drums. I do play that a bit at church as well. But I would also like to explore the flute at some point once I get the opportunity to.
Okay, awesome. So, Captain, what about these concert details? Where can we see you?
Okay, so our final performance is our concert. It is Boxing Day, 26th of December. It starts at 3:30 p.m. at the Wildy Great House. It promises to be a wonderful evening. It's a garden party setting, so just chairs, lounge chairs, cocktail tables, music playing all during the about 2 hours or so. Along with that, there's a sip and paint option to the concert this year.
Oh, that's interesting.
Unique celebrations. It will be hosting that. That's all set up. So you get to sip and enjoy some music as well. Sip, paint, and enjoy some music. Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. So how big is the band now, Antonio? And in terms of your role as the assistant librarian, how easy or difficult is it getting those guys to send back in that sheet music, making sure that it's not all crumpled and ready for the next time?
Well, thankfully, as it relates to being an assistant librarian, I'm not the only one. There are about 3 of us that work together in the library along with the librarian. And I would say the band is about, on any given rehearsal night, about 20 people strong once we have a good turnout. And it can be a challenge mobilizing the people to get all the music and ensuring that everything is brought back in. It does take focus, it does take deliberacy on our part, but working together as a team, we're able to execute it. And we also are encouraged by the help of our fellow bandsmen, because just because we are assigned as librarians doesn't mean they don't take an interest in seeing the whole task be fulfilled. So as I said before, it's really a one big team effort. There are assigned roles, but we all work together to make sure the job gets done.
Okay, that's awesome. Because, you know, it would be a bit strange if one body's playing Old Little Town of Bethlehem and everybody has the sheet music for that, but somebody else has Jingle Bells in a reggae style.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah.
So, what's your favorite genre to play?
Yeah, whoa, that's like asking a parent what's your favorite child.
Well, I would answer.
You would?
I
Okay.
have 3 and I would answer. No shame.
Wow. Well, the band plays so many genres. I do enjoy the pop and the Caribbean genres that we play when we're in concert, but I also enjoy the marching music that we play, and I find that is a very unique facet of the type of ensemble that the BDF band is, because there's not any and everywhere that you can play march music, and it has a very specific character about it that I do enjoy.
Okay, so always that level of discipline there for you.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, and from you now, Major, in terms of getting the interest, would you say that you have had good succession plans in terms of keeping the band's numbers up, or has it been a struggle over the years?
We've tried to maintain that relationship with the cadet band, and that is part of our success story. I taught in the secondary school system for quite a bit. I was at Foundation for about 15 years. So I still have a relationship with the schools and the school's music teachers. And we utilize that as well in our strategic planning and development.
Okay.
Over the last year or so, we have brought in quite a few recruits. Our numbers have moved. The ebb and flow.
Okay.
So we are rebuilding. We are about 30 to 40 persons. Level of activity depends on your workload. So someone gets really busy over a 3-month period, we may see them a little less. But as it relates to the building, we are seeing the interest. We are seeing persons applying, and we are moving to recruit them and add them to our ranks.
Okay, and your role in the band is conductor, or you play a musical instrument as well if somebody doesn't turn up for a particular line?
I do play. I do play. My principal role is director of music. Okay. I've been in the band. July this year now would be 30 years. I joined
30 years in 30 days.
No, it is not. I joined a while ago, and I came right through the ranks. So I am principally a saxophone player. Okay. I am full-time now, so I have another substantial role to play in the force, in the regiment itself.
Oh, so your duties are stretched now a bit more.
They are stretched a bit more. But certainly I love the band. It is a part of me that will never go.
Okay.
Even when it's time to retire. And yeah, I play occasionally up till, I think last week we had a gig where I was able to knock off a little bit of dust off my saxophone and have some fun there.
Look at
yes,
that.
Yes.
Do you take inspiration from the major when it comes to the sax? Do you all have deep conversations about the music you're playing and so on?
Yeah, we do, especially when we have sectional practice, where we're working on stuff. It's good to hear the wisdom coming down from some person that would have more experience than you in terms of certain techniques that he would have used in order to improve his playing. Someone would have tried myself and seen somewhat of an improvement. But yes, there is that element of mentorship happening with the senior and the junior musicians in the band. And it's always passed down.
Awesome. Major, remind us again, where, when?
Well, Captain Wendy.
Captain, sorry.
But thank you for the
Sorry, yes, I'm promoting you. Please don't take that to heart. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, Will the Great House, 26th of December, Boxing Day, 3:30 p.m. It promises to be a wonderful evening. And I alluded to it, but I want to mention the school that is playing this year is the Christchurch Foundation Steel Pan Orchestra, who swept NIFCA this year.
That they did.
A wonderful group, an awesome director in Mr. Laurie Worrell, and there are a lot of specially invited guests, artists. There's one surprise I've told no one about.
We'll wait for the day.
We'll wait for the day.
Thank you so much for joining us, Captain Brian Cole, Director of Music of the Barbados Defence Force Band, and recruit Antonia Howell, who was Musician of the Year for 2022. So go out there in your loungers and be a part of this concert. Morning Barbados will be back after the break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Enjoy movies, soaps, drama, comedy, inspiration, education, music, and more. You get it all when you get MCTV, because MCTV gives you more.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb. From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kia Lewis, General Practitioner and Healthy Lifestyle Advocate. Good nutrition starts at home. So this school year, I want you to consider packing healthy, nutritious snacks and lunches for your children to carry, rather than having them buy them at school. And don't just pack things you think they should have. Have a discussion and come up with things that you both know they will enjoy.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
Follow me to Q in the community.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
And we're back. We're going to be heading over now to the folks at Martindale's Road, the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Joining us this morning, Dr. Dale Springer, the Consultant General Breast Surgeon at the QEH and a lecturer in general surgery at the UWI Cave Hill campus. We're also going to be talking to my former colleague and still friend, Communications Specialist Shane Seeley. Good morning to you both.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Wendy. Season's greetings.
Season's greetings to you both. Now, I understand that someone who does not want to be known has decided to drop a huge gift.
Indeed.
At the chimney of the QEH.
Well, $450,000+ we received recently in the form of a donation, yes, from an anonymous donor. They wanted to remain that way, and it's one of the many donations that has been coming in to the QEH over the past few months and over several years, really. Our philanthropy department, through our philanthropy officer, Gay Howell, of course, our Director of Medical Services, Mr. Anthony Harris, and also our Chief Operations Officer, Dr. Christine Greenwich. They were the ones who spearheaded and made sure, along with Dr. Springer, made sure that we received that money, which will go to purchase some very, very critical equipment to enhance the level of care we are offering, especially in Dr. Springer's department at the QEH. It's no small feat, and we are really thankful for that donation. Dr. Springer, as I said, we'll be spending that money on some equipment for his department, and I'm telling you, we need it because of some startling statistics that Dr. Springer will be sharing as far as breast cancer and how it's affecting our Barbadian women and men as well, because breast cancer affects men too.
Let's throw to you now, Dr. Springer, in terms of these monies and the equipment that you do need, because we're always talking about breast screening, but the cost of breast cancer can be quite exorbitant and daunting for individuals who are diagnosed.
Yes, the cost of treatment can be expensive, but let me first say, before I go any further, we also like to thank the donor who has made this substantial donation, and as I committed at the acceptance ceremony, we will definitely use it well to the benefit of all of our patients.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many would you offhand, can you remember, that you actually have on roll now in terms of the breast checks and people coming back for follow-ups, that this equipment is likely to help? Because Shane spoke about the startling statistics.
Right, so we at the hospital actually see majority of persons who are diagnosed with cancer. In the primary care, they will do the checks. In terms of the exact number we have, I can't tell you, but in my clinic, I see 3 or 4 patients with breast cancer almost every week. Yes, and in our terms of our statistics, nationally, we diagnose in excess of 150, close to 200 cases of breast cancer. It's the second leading cause of cancer in our population after prostate cancer. And then overall, looking at the worldwide statistics, we actually in Barbados have the highest mortality for breast cancer in the world. So if you're diagnosed with breast cancer, you're more likely to die from breast cancer if you're diagnosed in Barbados than any other country in the world. And that is something that we're not proud of, and that is something that we are working gradually to change. And
well,
this
I'm
equipment.
Glad that's what I want you to tell me now, exactly what pieces of equipment are likely to be purchased that are definitely needed at the hospital, and how that can help to stem the mortality cycle.
Right. So one of the first pieces of equipment we are hoping to get is a Geiger counter. This is an instrument that is used to detect the sentinel lymph node, and that's the first node that breast cancer was spread to. Yes, and by doing this here, it allows us to detect it more accurately and also in a quicker fashion, so we can do more precise surgery. So that's the Geiger counter. Right. The other instrument we are hoping to get is a specimen X-ray cabinet, because sometimes we have to put in markers for patients who have lesions that we cannot feel, etc. So when we take it out, we want to confirm that we've actually gone the right lesion, and we have also have clear margins that we've taken out everything and we've not left out a piece of it. So this X-ray cabinet will help us to do this.
Okay, so it's mainly those 2 pieces, or there are a number of other
right? So those are the 2 pieces that we are more or less committed to purchasing, but there are other equipment that we want to get. There is a radar to detect something called a Savvy Scout that helps us to also do biopsies and localized cancers and lymph nodes.
Right, because I was going to ask about that.
Yes.
Whether or not you have the capacity now to do the necessary biopsies, or if individuals have to go out privately and then come back for the surgeries.
Some of the biopsies we do in-house, but some are done outside the hospital. We're trying to get to a situation where we can do all in-house. In terms of getting this device, it will also help us to get away from using wires. So for lesions that we cannot feel, or lymph nodes and so forth, some things that we cannot feel, we have to use a wire to localize them, to locate them, and then take the patient to surgery. And the wire is not placed in a hospital, it's placed outside. So this third piece of equipment here will actually allow us to localize it in hospital, and the patient will not have a wire sticking out the breast, and then they'll come straight to the data. So it's a neater way, it's a more efficient way, and the detector can stay up to a year without causing any harm to the patient. So sometimes we need to give patients therapy, chemotherapy, and so on before the surgery, so they have the detector in, and then when they go back to have the surgery, we can detect the area that was of concern in the beginning.
Okay, but for an entire year?
Yes, it's what's called inert.
It's not non-invasive.
Yeah,
okay.
Right.
Okay.
But the year is the maximum time, but most times the therapy could finish within 6 months, and it would cause no harm to the patient. This is the most important thing.
Okay. Now, Shane, in terms of these donations and your philanthropy department, you said you've been receiving funding all year, and you have individuals who are targeting donors and donations. In terms of the spend so far, or in terms of the cumulative figure. Could you tell me what in 2023 the hospital would have possibly seen?
Yeah, philanthropy officer Gay Howell, she has been very, very busy reaching out to a number of players, not only here in Barbados, but across the diaspora, especially in the U.S. They have been very kind to us. They alone, they have committed some 200,000 Barbados dollars in terms of donation of equipment. Generally, the overall spend we expect by the end of the financial year, this is the projection. Right now, we are over $2 million, 2 million Barbados dollars. And by the end of the financial year, March, April, going into the new one, we should be reaching that $3 million target. So we're in excess of that. The $450,000+ has really significantly helped to boost that. But we've seen a number of donations. Biba Charity, you may remember early in the year, they would have donated to the dialysis unit. We've seen smaller donations as well coming from the Cancer Society, but no donation. We don't measure the size.
Yes.
Every donation coming to the hospital
And you
is
would have
critical.
also had some patient care equipment when the Barbadians living in Miami and
Exactly.
yes, would have done so and so forth. So.
Yes, and the consulate there, of course, Ambassador Rudy Grant leading the charge there. They're in constant communication with Ms. Howell, and soon they will be on another mission to get some more equipment and some more funding from the diaspora as well. And it's great to see the level of support that we are getting there, but we're not staying in the hospital and waiting for it to come. Gay, she's reaching out to our partners there, and we should see a lot more traction going into the new year. And the new year is our 60th. I know CBC, and
yes,
of course,
we just had ours.
again, happy birthday, CBC. I didn't get to my official tribute, so I get the opportunity to do that now.
You can do it now.
Happy birthday, CBC, of course, on the major milestone, which is the 60th. And the Queen Elizabeth Hospital following closely behind as we celebrate our diamond anniversary next year as well. So I'm telling you, we'll be seeing some more donations, especially and over this Christmas period. We've seen a number of people just showing goodwill from schools. St. Michael's School was the most recent one. And you go to our Instagram page at QEH Connect, and you'll see the number of people just having that goodwill at time of year to donate,
And I'm
but
sure,
it's good that it
we're
extends
going
beyond
to
that.
have the carolers and the whole lot of it in on the children's ward and coming through with some of the other wards to bring that Christmas here. Now, I want to get back to you, Dr. Springer, in terms of the equipment. And you'd mentioned that men have breast cancer too. Is this equipment going to be useful for both, or do you have to have some specialized equipment for males?
This equipment can be used for both males and females. Yes.
Okay. Now, what percentage would you say we have of men in Barbados having breast cancer?
It's going to be a little less than 1%. The international literature states for every 100 women that develop breast cancer, we will have one man. So we see about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, coming into 2024, or in terms of getting this equipment, do you have any projections as to when you could possibly start to see a leveling out in terms of the care that is meted out and bringing those numbers down?
Well, it's going to be a process over time, I think. It's not as simple that you're going to see in a year or two, but I think over time. But what is important, we have noticed it, we have taken note of it, so we are working comprehensively as a team, because it's not just surgery. So the surgeons who are involved, the radiologists, the oncologists, the radiotherapists, all of us are working towards the goal of trying to improve the care. So I think over time, we will see some improvement. We have actually restarted our multidisciplinary team meetings. So the first Wednesday of each month, we have a meeting dedicated to discussing all the cases of breast cancer, the complicated ones, that can go on for 3-4 hours with all the specialties. Yeah. Then I'm aware that they're also working to get some equipment for the radiotherapy department as well. I think Shane will speak a little bit about that. So we are taking note of it, and we will expect to see in the future, hopefully the intermediate future, an improvement in these statistics. And this will redound to the benefit of Barbadian women.
And can you repeat those statistics again for our women out there so that, you know, we can take a little bit more care and caution when it comes to breast health?
So the most concerning one is the fact that in Barbados, we have the highest mortality for breast cancer in the world. That's the most concerning one to me. The other thing is that we see that breast cancer is the second most common cancer in Barbados, second only to prostate cancer. And what we are seeing also is that younger women are being diagnosed, persons under 40, and they tend to have more aggressive disease as well.
I'm glad you mentioned that it's more aggressive there, because I know of one or two cases personally which within, say, a matter of months degenerated significantly, and it was along the way they were trying to get assistance, get care, but somehow, somewhere along that chain, there was a fall through. What should really be the steps that we as women and men take to ensure that there's complete follow through?
I think it starts with prevention. So both women and also men should be aware of their breasts, examine their breasts at least once a month, and if there is any concern, any lumps, any discharge, any concern, to seek medical attention right away. Anything is new, don't say it will get better, I'm going to wait for 2 weeks, and then that 2 weeks turns into 4 weeks. So seek help right away. And then once you're seeing, the relevant investigations will be done, and then biopsies, and then you'll be referred along the pathway. And you usually will start by seeing the surgeon or the oncologist, and then the treatment will ensue.
Can a biopsy be done at the QEH now?
Yes, it can be done.
Okay. Now, you'd mentioned Shane and this radiology department. How are you looking to beef that up?
More funding, more donor funding, and of course more funding which would come out of the CapEx budget specifically for radiology and providing equipment there. But there is a bigger story, Wendy. We were really appealing across the board because corporate Barbados has been good to us. They continue to be good to us. A number of them are our vendors. We're appealing for more donations of that kind. We want to see more money coming in, because it's one thing, government, of course, they would have allotted a sum of money for the Queen Elizabeth Hospital.
Yes.
But I can tell you it is not enough. And that's why we depend also heavily on these donations coming into the QEH to support the CapEx budget, so that we can get the necessary equipment, like for Dr. Springer's, for AKU, etc.
I'll put the QEH on my Christmas wish list and my
I love that
2024 things that I want to see. I want to thank you so much, Shane Seeley and Dr. Dale Springer, for joining us here on Morning Barbados to talk about this program.
And season's greetings, all the best.
Season's greetings to you both as well. Morning Barbados will be back in a bit.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
My friend, you don't plan to get it. Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it. Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
I'm Anne St. John, a consultant pediatrician. When packing healthy lunch boxes, do include a fruit, which includes a banana, apple, orange, or grapes to supply fiber. Aim for low-calorie packaged snacks without the mention of flour or sugar amongst the first 4 ingredients on the back label. 1 in 3 children in
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Time now for your news recap. An incubation center is included in a 19-point plan for the transformation of agri-food systems in Barbados. The revelation came from Tanzanian international food expert Yaya Magawe during a workshop in the conference room of the Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Nutritional Security yesterday. It is part of a UN Food and Agricultural Organization project, of which Barbados is to receive $500,000 US, along with 3 other small island developing states in Africa and the Pacific.
Today, we are here today because we have this ambitious vision of establishing a National Silage Training Center or facility in the form of an incubation center. And I have been asked to go through engaging stakeholders, getting their opinion, suggestion, and recommendation how this thing we are talking about should look like. And for that matter, I have to present it to you what I have gathered from the people whom I have met over the past 2 weeks, in order that we can together validate the findings and fine-tune. I'm not here to present what is a final version of the story, no. Here I'm trying to extract more information and validate the information that I have jotted down. And finally, it will be the responsibility of the Ministry of Agriculture representing the government of Barbados in a collaboration with the FAO that will determine the final version of the story.
The food expert said the field trip sessions were useful and much progress was made with the project.
To look into the local, the domestic perspective. What it does. I've been grateful to meet a number of very informative respondents. We have covered a number of institutions, as I have indicated there, and all of them were very, very grateful in sharing their wealth of information, wealth of their ideas, etc. So if I didn't capture it well, it's my responsibility and not the responsibility of the respondents. I thank them very much for what they shared with me. So, ladies and gentlemen, the plan is to have a comprehensive report. The comprehensive report that will cover the 19 elements that I have indicated there. Today I will not take you through each bit of it because otherwise you will spend the whole day here, and I know that you are very busy people. So I will touch bits of the items there for sharing, but that does not preclude the fact that you are allowed to discuss anything, even out of what I'm going to be presenting. The objective here is to make the final version more robust.
Deputy Dean Outreach at UWI and Vice Chair of the NCD Commission, Dr. Kenneth Connell, is joined on the call by doctors for Barbadians to make healthy eating decisions this Christmas season. Speaking to CBC's Pearson Bowen, Dr. Connell says it's well documented that the number of heart attacks and strokes rise this time of year, and he has 3 types of advice on how to avoid those health traps.
It's not a myth. And what I've distilled out of the literature is what I'm going to call the festive F's. And there are 4 of them. First, as you pointed out, is the food. We consume a lot more salt, we drink a lot more alcohol than we normally would. And this, of course, has influenced not only those with non-communicable diseases, but also all of us, as it increases our blood pressure and it increases our health risk. So we don't usually eat out as often as we do during the holiday season, so we consume a lot more calories. So calorie balancing, as a dietitian was saying, is a good thing to keep in mind. All right, are you ready for the second F?
Very much so.
That's the flus. As Adrian Lord said, the viruses are out there, and the cocktails aren't only being served at the bar, but there's a cocktail of viruses out there as well, such as flu virus, COVID-19, RSV, and to add to that, a non-respiratory virus, dengue virus, is also out there. So you have the second F to look out for, and these all push you into acute events, such as heart attack, stroke, and of course heart failure. The third F is the fun. This is why we look forward to the festive season, right? Getting out there with our friends and family. But we also do that at the expense of sleep. And changes in your sleep pattern, getting less sleep and sleeping at different times than you normally would, sets up a whole cascade of chemicals in your body. And this also puts you at risk of these events. And it's probably a major predictor of why these events happen on the holiday season. And the final F is forgets. It's the only F I could find. And it's forgetting to take your medication, forgetting also to look at warning signs like chest pain and all the other things you may pay attention to. while you're hanging your curtains or out shopping, you might ignore those things and think that they're not important. So it's time to look out for those symptoms that you otherwise might ignore.
It appears as though Barbadians are beginning to shop in earnest following what was a wait-and-see period as they hoped for a now non-existent VAT-free holiday. CBC's cameraman Patrick Murray was in the city among the hustle and bustle yesterday as shoppers scoured stores for bargains. It comes as more than 14,000 people started to receive $1,300 in refunds as a result of the reverse tax credits. Some 30,000 are also awaiting their income tax refunds for 2022. Store managers are understandably happy.
Started to see an increase of customers. That could be contributed to two reasons: the fact that the announcement was made, as I said before, and the fact that it's payday for most persons. I do expect that Friday and Saturday would be our busiest days along with Christmas Eve.
Well, Christmas sales are not going bad for us, but we mainly find the people coming in more in the afternoon, going into the evening session. They're shopping more in the afternoon session than in the morning session. They're going over to the supermarket first, and then they come over to us.
You know how it is, everything is a last minute something. We have had a steady flow right through the month, but the last couple of days, as a lot of people are getting paid today, we have heard, so a lot of last minute rush as usual is going to happen. And I think definitely is going to flow over into the new year as well. So whatever it is, you have to be grateful to the Lord for whatever you get nowadays. You know, we have gone through so many different difficult times.
It has been really great, I must say. We've had a 50% sale which started on the 15th of December, and as long as stock lasts, it will continue until the 24th.
That's your news recap. Morning Barbados will be back after the break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Kids Karaoke is a platform for young aspiring singers to shine and express their musical abilities. Tune in to CBC TV 8 on Mondays at 5:30 p.m. and repeat it on Saturdays at 2 p.m. and enjoy the performances of these talented young singers.
For the past 19 years, QFM has been sharing with you, learning from you, and together building a community for all mature audiences. That's why we say Q is good for you. To our Q family, we say thank you for staying connected to Q 100.7 FM. QFM is a station of the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. CBC, celebrating 60, connecting Barbadian communities.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's time now to find out why Antonia Howell was the musician of the BDF band for the year 2022. Here he is now performing Nat King Cole's This Christmas Song.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
For the past 19 years, QFM has been sharing with you, learning from you, and together building a community for all mature audiences. That's why we say Q is good for you. To our Q family, we say thank you for staying connected to Q 100.7 FM. QFM is a station of the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. CBC, celebrating 60, connecting Barbadian communities.
Are you a youth group, 4-H club, school, Cub Scout or Brownie Pack, or any organization or club with children ages 4 to 11 years? If yes is the answer, then we at Fun School, we're looking for you. Let's have fun singing, dancing, listening to amazing stories, doing craft, and so much more. I'm such a kid at heart. But to be part of this fun and exciting new season of Fun School, just simply send an email to Alicia Alves Grant at aagrant@cbc.bb for further details. Fun School is back, and we're looking for you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
And we're back. As you well know, Christmas is not Christmas unless your church is having a recital or concert of some sort talking about the story of Jesus or something to do with Christmas. And this morning we're going to be having the Halls Road Nazarene Church here with us. They're going to be doing a theatrical production called A Christmas to Remember. With me, I have the writer and director, Michael Waldron, Javier Curtin, Chantal Stout, and Javier Abaija. Now, there are all performances in this production, and they're going to be telling us all about what they're doing. Now, Micah is our writer and director, but you seem a bit young for this role.
Yes, please. Good morning to you, Wendy, and good morning, Barbados. I wrote this play in 2016, and it was a process. The concept came from a friend of mine, Portia Daniel, and I just took her concept and I developed on it, and I kept writing and I kept writing. And I was also mentored by my aunt, Reverend Paula Joseph Brown, and we just made a wonderful piece. It is not the traditional go to Bethlehem story that people would usually see at Christmas. It is more centered towards restoration for persons in the community, in churches, in families, and what's not. So, yes.
Now we have a little Javier here. You're playing Desmond Strickland. Tell me who Desmond is and how difficult was it for you to learn your lines?
Go
ahead.
Desmond is me. What? I'm pretty sure Desmond is like killing. Not.
You can't forget already. The concert is soon gonna be here. Okay, he's getting a bit nervous, so we will come back to Javier, but I'm sure he knows his role. It's just because we're on camera now. So Chantel is Monica Burnham. Who's Monica? How do you fit into the storyline?
Yes, please. Monica is the wife of Roy Burnham, and we're a Christian family. Always striving to do what's right, serve the Lord, and get your children in order, have them in order. But as life has it, there's struggles. You know, you have the teens and the young adults, and they want to experience life as they see others experiencing it. But with prayer, we continue to pray, and we see our family coming back together. But Monica, in its sense, she's a little bit more out there, you know, when it comes to the spiritual aspect, more so than the husband, Roy. Okay. So these roles in this production, it reflects like a lot of
equally yoked situation.
Not necessarily unequally yoked.
Okay.
The husband is a Christian as well, but a little bit more laid back
in terms of communing with Christ.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's representative of a lot of what we see in our societies today. So when persons watch it, everybody can find peace
something
to relate to.
Them. Okay.
Yes.
Let's go to Kayleen now, who's Mandy Strickland. So if I think Mandy and Desmond are both Stricklands, you'd be his mom?
Yes, please.
Okay. Your role there is?
I am Mandy Strickland. I am Monica's sister-in-law, and I am not Christian in the production. I am out there. My husband, Paul, we have in a little extra challenges, yes, and but at the end of the production, Aunt May helps everybody to try to come to terms with, you know, who Christ is and what he should mean in our lives, etc.
And is that little bit of infighting with you and hubby impacting on little Desmond?
Yes, I actually have 2 children, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, it impacts my children.
Oh, you forgot one of your children.
I forgot one, yeah,
oh,
because I didn't want them in the first place.
Oh, okay. So. Understood.
So, yeah, it impacts.
Okay. Now, the fact that, Micah, it isn't the traditional type thing, and that you're actually peeling away the layers of what happens, not just in society, of some of what happens within the realm of the church that people tend to bury a little behind because you have to keep face up so the pastor doesn't know. So Miss Brown that you don't like don't know. You know, how do you think it's going to be taken by the congregation?
I honestly think that there's going to be conviction. There are some people who are going to feel uncomfortable where they are when they see themselves on stage. Some people would feel different types of emotion. There's going to be laughter in it as well. It's a bit of comedy, but there are messages in each scene. There are word deposits in each scene where we get the youth pastor who prays for one of Mandy's sons. We also have Aunt May, who comes and gives the whole family a sitting piece at the dinner table after everyone. She is the glue that, and you only see her at the end.
Okay.
And when she speaks, everybody is very quiet, and you can't eat until Aunt May is finished.
Okay.
So that's basically, we want people to realize that without Christ, without God, that nothing is possible. And we want people to know that they can always come back to Him. And that's pretty much the essence of our story.
Okay, Javier, are you ready now to tell me how excited you are to be in this play?
I am very excited to be in the play. But the only thing that I don't like is because I like to smile and have fun. And I have to play the depressed person.
Oh, dear.
That seeks love and attention from his parents.
So is that difficult for you now to reconcile playing a part versus how you like to be? Or are you ready to embrace this role and just be sad for that day of the play?
I'm ready to embrace it because then it's like a challenge that I have to do. And I'm trying, and I'm working with it.
How old are you, Javier?
I'm 13 now. My birthday was yesterday.
Oh, awesome. Belated birthday to you and Merry Christmas at the same time. So this is indeed you stepping up and becoming a bit more mature as you get into those teen years, having to play that role. Let's go back to you now, Chantal. Looking at the whole dynamic that is being unraveled and unfolded, and the sister-in-law who probably condemns you for being Christian, right? How do you see that translating to the audience? Do you think there are a lot of people that are going to be in there, whether they go to the church or come from elsewhere to see the play, who can get that message bang on the money?
Of course. My family, we're the lower income.
Okay.
The striplings, the ones up there with all the money. So, some think that money is all, having the money, your world is rolling and everything.
Money, but no mission to seek Christ.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, not more so Mandy, pounding the Christianity, but more so the husband. And at one point in the scene, I get up and tell him, you're talking your foolishness. We may not have all that we need, but at least we're serving God and we're together.
Okay.
So as you said, and as I said before, there's a message in there for everybody, because if we think that having all the money and all the riches in the world is everything, no, there's one crucial element that is missing that we really need, and that is to have Christ in our hearts and in our homes.
Okay. So, Mandy, are you going to give me some of this money for Christmas?
For sure.
Okay.
Come by.
Okay. But what about the sister-in-law? You share with them?
No.
You don't?
No.
Oh. But at the end of it all, don't you reconcile within yourself that as a Christian now, you should seek to help those who have less?
Well, at the end of the drama presentation, when Auntie May speaks, you have conviction in your heart that, you should be, doing something different and seeking, for that richness in Christ rather than richness in material things.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Micah, before we go, just remind our audience where, when, how.
So the production is going to be at the Halls Road Church of the Nazarene on December 30th at 6 p.m. sharp. And we are going to have a great time in the Lord. The production is going to be called A Christmas to Remember. And there's going to be singing, there's going to be dancing, and obviously there's going to be theater in there. And we just want to have a good time.
Okay.
We just want people to receive a blessing from God in some way, form, or fashion. And that's basically what Christmas is. Yeah? People receiving from God.
Okay. Great stuff. So go on out to Halls Road and be a part of their concert. We're going to take a commercial break, but when we come back, you will get to see the Zouave doing what they do best.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Oh, hi. My name is Stacia Whitaker, and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist and a member of the Heart and Stroke Childhood Obesity Prevention Coalition. My motto is, when in doubt, leave it out, and it goes for when I'm eating, because sometimes things have ingredients that we're not sure of, and I like to keep it simple. And if I'm eating something and I'm not sure the ingredients in that particular thing, then I choose to leave it out. So I keep my snacking simple with fruit, nuts, or just water. It's easy to remember, there's no added ingredients, and it's also very nutritious. So remember, childhood obesity is real, so choose healthier alternatives. And when in doubt, leave it out.
Enjoy movies, soaps, drama, comedy,
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
And they will sing for you Santa Baby.
Santa baby, just slip a sable under the tree for me. Being an awful good girl, Santa baby, just hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby, a 54 convertible to light blue. I'll wait up for you, dear Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Think of all the fun I've missed. Think of all the fellas that I haven't kissed. Next year I could be just as good if you check off my Christmas list. Santa baby, I want a yacht, and really that's not a lot. I've been an angel all year, Santa baby, just hurry down the chimney tonight. Come and trim my Christmas tree with some decorations bought at Tiffany. I really do believe in you. Let's see if you believe in me. Santa baby, forgot to mention one little thing. A ring. I don't mean on the phone, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Just hurry down the chimney tonight. Hurry down the chimney tonight.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb. From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kia Lewis, General Practitioner and Healthy Lifestyle Advocate. Good nutrition starts at home. So this school year, I want you to consider packing healthy.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
'Tis the season to be jolly, and there's nothing that makes us happier than music and Christmas music. Yes, we all like to hear those special, warm, sentimental kind of feeling songs. We love them. We sing along. But this morning, we are going to have some new music coming to you from one of our local artists. I want to welcome Alex Cage.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Now, you have brought out a new song. It's called Let's Jingle the Bells.
That's right.
Tell me about it.
The team that I managed to put together for this song, we decided that we were going to have a song that we really wanted to speak about the warmth, the emotions, the sensations all of the sensations that you get surrounding this season. Because, I mean, for just about everyone, whether the season is religious in nature to you or whether you choose not to be religious, people still hold this season in a special place in their heart because, you know, it's a time where there's a lot of kindness going around. People are generally more cheerful. You get an opportunity to see people you may not see throughout the year. You kind of make a little bit more of an effort to be in unity. And we wanted to have a song that exuded all of those various elements, along with, apart from just those emotional aspects, also having something that reflected the sensations that you also feel around this season. And so in the writing, in the producing, we made sure that everything reflected those feelings that we had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that's a lot going on there. Now, you said the team that
Yes.
you pulled together. Tell me about.
Well, this one happened actually rather organically. Somewhere during the year, I had already kind of decided that I wanted to target Christmas as my next release. But a friend of mine by the name of Ramon Husbands, pick up yourself, Ramon, he shouted me one day and he said, you know, hey, I have this song that I want you to hear. I think you'd enjoy it and I think you'd want to sing it. I listened to it, you know, and I was like, whoa, yeah, this is great. So we sat down, we had one writing session and we finished it up, pulled it all together, and we were super excited from that one point. From there, another mutual friend of ours by the name of Raphael Hines expressed his absolute excitement and keenness to work on the project as the producer. And from the time he sent me the first draft, like I got 10 seconds in and I had to pause it because I was so shocked at how good it was sounding just so short in. So he would have been working on the production. We also have Yomi, or another Barbadian, on the backing vocals. And then we kind of jumped a little bit overseas, a little bit on the guitars. We have Jeremy Hector. And then, of course, our very own Christopher Mon is doing the mastering. Christopher Howden doing the mixing.
Yeah.
And then
Christopher's
Cosmos.
been a part of a few Christmas productions for the season.
Yeah.
Yes,
Busy guy.
Yeah. Now, this is the Christmas release.
Yes.
What are you looking to do for 2024? And also, how many platforms do you have the song on?
Okay, well, answering that backwards.
Yes, that's right.
So the song is on all streaming platforms. So if you prefer to use YouTube, you'll find the song there. If you prefer to use any streaming sites like Apple Music or Spotify, it will be there as well. And if you prefer downloads, iTunes as well. So the song is fully accessible, whichever medium you prefer. Regarding releases, interesting that you asked that, because obviously I hadn't done many releases over the past few years, mostly stemming from COVID. We didn't really feel it was the right time. But as we started working on projects this year, we kind of decided that we would use Christmas as a launch pad for the next set of stuff that we've been working on. So I am excited to know that I have plenty of material that's coming in the new year that we plan to spread out throughout the year.
That is awesome. Now, in terms of performances, will you be doing this new song anywhere that we can catch you?
And have been. Unfortunately, a lot of the events that we have been booked for are all private. But I am always available for booking. If you wish to reach me, you can contact Riptide Music Group for bookings, riptidemusicgroup@gmail.com. Mosi Daniel will be happy to see to your needs and ensure that I'm there to perform for you.
Okay, that name I'm familiar with. Now, in terms of the group that you've done this production with, you said it was kind of organic.
Yeah.
Do you find that that's how your creativity buds more, when it's just a natural linking of creative energies?
Most definitely. I think most musicians, while some might be good at, creating on command, I think most musicians or creatives would suggest that when you do get that source of inspiration or that muse, that's probably the most enjoyable part of creating, because I find the quality is always better, and the energy that you're able to put in is more than you'd be able to give on any given day. There's always that extra oomph that's involved that you probably couldn't really explain apart from just having it being a muse.
Because it's not just a session that you're paid to play at.
That's correct. It's not just something that you plan to do or you're kind of just being dedicated towards doing. There's an extra element that you probably can't describe in a scientific way apart from it just being that source of inspiration that brings something that is extra special.
And you, I guess, Alex, are extra special because you are one of our budding artists. You are not within the soca realm exactly like all of the others. I mean, you will perform it from time to time when you're with the backing band. But can we see you perhaps changing in terms of those genres when it comes to your own productions and releases?
Well, to be honest, I've never locked myself down to a particular genre. As a musician, I've been exposed to so many various types of music that I kind of feel it's more honest with I'd be more honest with myself if I just took influence from everything and just channeled it into what I create. Whatever that turns out to be, that then becomes my music. I have dabbled in soca before. For a couple of years, I've dabbled in R&B, but what tends to happen is that my major influences tend to lead the direction of where my music goes. So I have huge influences in R&B, a lot of gospel influences, and then a lot of jazz influences. And that tends to take the music in a particular direction stylistically.
Okay. Awesome, Alex. Well, it was great having you. I wish the song well, given that it's on all the streaming platforms. And we're now going to give our audience a chance to hear Alex and the song Let's Jingle the Bells.
Take a moment, see the lights on, and decorations all around, so beautiful. And this comes only once a year, but let's always spread love and cheer, like it's Christmas time. Let's jingle the bells, a heart to herald, we all sing, yeah. Joy to the world as well. Ooh, Merry Christmas to you and me. Oh, let's jingle the bells. A heart to herald, we all sing, yeah. Joy to the world as well. Merry Christmas to you and me. Let's jingle the bells.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Are you a youth group, 4-H club, school, Cub Scout, or Brownie Pack, or any organization or club with children ages 4 to 11 years? If yes is the answer, then we at Fun School, we're looking for you. Let's have fun singing, dancing, listening to amazing stories, doing craft, and so much more. I'm such a kid at heart. But to be part of this fun and exciting new season of Fun School, just simply send an email to Alicia Alves Grant at aagrant@cbc.bb for further details. Fun School is back, and we're looking for you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Oh, hi. My name is Stacey Whitaker, and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist.
Yes, it's time for our social buzz. There's been a lot of activity happening out there for the Christmas season. And the BTMI recently held its Christmas caravan in the city of Bridgetown. Let's take a look at how it went.
Christmas is here, and all my friends are related. Christmas is here, no time to exercise. Christmas is here, watch the city now alive. Oh, outside look like Christmas, and inside smell like Christmas. People real nice, 'cause it's Christmas time. Oh, I know that I love Christmas. You look like you love Christmas, so let's all have a grand Christmas time. Oh, seeing quite a while. Christmas carols playing got me feeling like a child. 'Cause we've been waiting to start all the decorating. 'Cause we anticipating eating hammer.
Now, this is the season when most people love to have some good baked pork on the menu. Now, if you haven't secured yours as yet, and you are depending on this farmer to supply you to do so, I think you might be out of luck.
So here we have a little predicament, right? This pig no get out of a trailer, right? I'm out here by the airport, right? Instead of my going to slaughterhouse, here he is. Look a look, look a look. Owner's coming, owner's coming. He done gone. Look a look. Look a look. Look a look. Yeah, Wonga Market at all. Am I going down behind the airport?
No, I'm not sure if he's wants to become hammerific, but not this time around. I think he's taking a flight out. No, you may not catch that pig, but you can catch the BTMI's caravan this Friday, today. Yes, they will be heading to the King George V Memorial Park from 6:30 p.m. until 8:30 p.m. And you'll also be able to catch them before the end of the year on December 29th at the Mahaika Playing Field in Speightstown, St. Peter, also from 6:30 until 8:30. It's absolutely free. Lots of prizes, surprises, and lots to see and enjoy. Now, this is the final week of Christmas. We've been bringing you lots of new music for you to enjoy. And a number of people have been doing their releases, new, etc., and spreading that cheer. And one such person who has been spreading cheer as well is John Yard. Yes, we'll get to hear No, Not I, Christmas in My Yard from John Yard.
Not me! Not me, sorry! Yeah. And so this is Christmas. The season has come. It's time to be merry. It's time to have fun. A momentous occasion for everyone. But I have a problem. Oh, I have been rolling. By the time Christmas Day comes round, I just be burned. So I tell myself this year all of that done. So I made a list and I'm checking it twice. These things I swear ain't taking my life. I ain't changing the curtains, ain't painting no walls. They say but it's Christmas time, I said hey you deck me home. No big lot of shopping, I'm not standing in line. I ain't cooking this year, I get it catering this time. Watch me. No, not I. No, not I. No, not I. Not this Christmas time. No, not I. No, not I. I'm gonna sit down, rock back and enjoy the Christmas time. Shooby-dooby-doo, yeah. Merry Christmas, sir. You get it good. Hear what? Listen. So this is Christmas. The season has come. All through the city. Look, all through the town. Every supermarket. Every single store. Ain't no room to move around cause it's people galore. Each time from November 1 to January 5. I can't understand why the price is so high. And all of these people, them gone and lost their mind. Simply because they say it's Christmas time. I ain't changing the curtains, ain't painting no walls. They say but it's Christmas time, I say hey you deck home. No big lot of shopping, I'm not standing in lines. I'm gonna sit down, rock my get, enjoy the Christmas time. Hey, no, not I. No, not I. No, not I. Not this Christmas time. Not this year, not me. No, not I. No, not I. I'm gonna sit down, rock my get, enjoy the Christmas time. You see them in the supermarket, you want drop? I gotta put everybody wrong about though because I'm going in that traffic. You want to go away Christmas Eve? Or get up there? Tell me how it was. Not me! No, not I. Not this Christmas. Not this one, not next year. Hey. What's that you say, baby? You want me to go on the way? No problem. She's on board. Look, I gotta go to everyone and get this groceries for my wife here. Talk to one later.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Yes, so if you are indeed a Bajan from afar and you're back home for the Christmas holidays to celebrate with family and friends, we want to hear that special story that you have to share. So feel free to email us here at Morning Barbados by Sunday the 24th. Now, there's some tips that we have for the Christmas season and all the shopping that's going to be done. The National Financial Literacy Program of the Ministry of Energy and Business, they want you to do it wisely. So, pay your December bills before doing your other spending. December salaries are often paid early, so workers have spending money leading up to Christmas Day. December bills won't take care of themselves. Pay them first and avoid the stress and the headache. Also, avoid impulsive buying. Impulse purchases, especially items not originally on your list or within your budget, can quickly drain your finances and lead to regret much, much later. Now, on behalf of the team here at Morning Barbados, we want to wish you and yours a wonderful weekend and a very merry, merry, merry Christmas. We will see you all back here on Wednesday, December 27th for another exciting edition of Morning Barbados. Yes, we will be seeing you then. And feel free to email us, send us those pictures of your houses, how well you decorated. You could even send us your Christmas feast before the family came over and took full advantage of all the delicacies that you had on offer. Also remember too what our doctors would have told you today and yesterday about not overindulging, because you don't want 2024 to find you with any non-communicable diseases or being unable to manage them if you already do have some. So remember, it's a productive time, it's a happy time, it's a don't overwork yourself too much and stress so that the whole respiratory issues don't start on you. I know my sinuses tend to kick up from time to time, so I'll be doing that. You know, do it in measured stints. Don't just try to clear everything all at once. Yes, it's only a few days, but they're good days nonetheless. So again, from us here, the crew, I want them as well to enjoy a merry, merry Christmas season. So signing out for Morning Barbados, happy Christmas and a prosperous 2024. We'll see you back on Wednesday. I'm Wendy Burke.
Unto us a child is born, Lord of all creation. Come down.
Come, they told me, pa-ra-pa-pam-pam. A newborn king to see, pa-ra-pa-pam-pam. Our finest gifts we bring, pa-ra-pa-pam-pam. come